everyone, today I'm here with another story of how my sister found an international passport right in our room. So let me give you the full gist, okay? And the reason why I'm giving this is because like when you're in another country and you lose your documents, right? It could be a scary situation, and I believe that no one wants to be in that situation, and that is why I've decided to share this story with you guys, right? So a lot of us travel to different countries, and one of our most important document is the international passport. So, and this is very important to everyone. I was still like you know I was still on the bed. I was still trying to wake up, but my sister was fully much awake and she was looking for her socks. Somehow we have a lot of socks, but she couldn't get like the same pair, which was something, and she had to go to the gym that very morning. She started to turn the room upside down, and bang, she came across an international passport. She checked the international passport and she found out that it was still valid. There was an ATM card inside, and 25,000 Rwandan francs. And she was like,
Oh my God.
and when we checked it, when she woke me, when she tapped me and then she gave me the international passport, I looked at it and I realized that this person is a citizen of another country, and this person came into the country sometime in November. So I started thinking, how do I get this back to the owner, right? Fortunately, we're able to find a paper inside the international passport, and there were two numbers on the passport. One was a number belonging to her country, and then the other one was a Rwandan number. So I was like, okay, let me try and call. My sister left for the gym, and I started trying to reach out to the number. First, the Rwandan number. I went on WhatsApp, and then I tried to chat up the person, and there was I can't remember. I think there was no picture on the profile, so I was like, "Oh, did you lose your did you by any chance lose your travel documents?" Blah 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 blah. I was trying to find out from the person to know if I'm chatting with the right person, and then unfortunately the person was like, "No, it's not me." So apparently, maybe she missed a number while writing that number, or probably it was somebody else's number she used. But the person said he doesn't know who this person is, and she or he is definitely not the person. So I went ahead. I was like, okay, how do I get this to the real owner? I now decided to try the other number. Of course, I wouldn't want to call the second number because it's not a Rwandan number. So I decided to search the number on WhatsApp. I saw a picture of an older man, and I was like, okay, she probably used maybe her father's picture or whatever. So I was like, oh, I tried to find out from the person, oh, are you in any way related, or are you this person, right? And he was like, yeah, I'm this person. So he why I'm saying he or she confirmed that she is the one, because the passport belonged to a female, right? So the person said, oh, I am the one. And the person speaks French, right? The person speaks French, the person understands French, and I don't understand French. So I had to use Google Translate all through the conversation to be able to translate what I want to say in French, send it to the person, and when the person replies to me, I have to copy, put it in Google Translate to find out what the person is talking about. So the person proved that he or she is the person who owns the international passport. Then I took a picture of the passport. I took a picture of the 25,000 Rwandan francs. I took a picture of the ATM, and then I sent to the person, and the person was like, oh, where did you find it? Blah, blah, blah. And then I explained to him or her how I found it. Now I'm using him or her here, because at the end of the conversation, I realized I wasn't talking to the girl who owns the international passport. I was actually talking to her father. And then he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I just needed to, for security reasons, I just needed to find out why you were asking after my daughter, da 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 da, and stuff like that. I was like, okay, it's fine, that's okay, it's understandable, everyone wants to protect their child, right? So I was just like, oh, I just reached out because of the international passport. So I asked the man if his daughter already got like a new passport, and he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, how do I get this across to your daughter? And he was like, oh, she's actually still in Kigali and she's in school. I'm going to give her your number so that she can contact you to get the international passport. ATM card, she must have gotten another one, but she had 25,000 Rwandan francs right inside the passport. So I just felt like, or if not for any reason, she needs to come and get her money, except if they want to leave the money with me. So she reached out to me and told me that, oh, she's in school and then she'll be done by 2 p.m. I think, and then she was going to come to get her passport and her money, of course. So she came at past 2. I think it was like kind of difficult trying to get her here, despite the fact she stayed here. It showed that she only stayed here for maybe a month or a few weeks. So when she came, she was she was so confused. She was like, how did you get this? How did you, because I can imagine how she must have turned the house upside down to, find the passport. I can imagine how she turned, but it was right there in the cupboard. Like it felt like inside the drawer. Like, you have the drawer and then it's just like stuck inside, right? And if not that my sister was like pulling out everything, even what she wasn't supposed to pull out, she might have not found it as well. So we had to show her, oh, this is where we found it. She was having this shock, like her face, she was having this face of disbelief, like she couldn't believe her eyes. She was like,
oh my God, thank you.
well, she wanted to give me 5,000 out of 25,000, and I was like, no, it's nothing, just just take it and go. And then she showed her appreciation, by word of mouth, and then she left. And then I reached out to the father again, and I was like, oh, your daughter already was here to pick her passport, and I gave her her other belongings, and he was like, oh, thank you so much, da 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 da, you're a good person, da da da. I received the best praises anyways, and thank you for praising me like that. But it was nothing, to be honest. I found it as a responsibility to get it across to her, because this is what I would want someone to do to me. This is a very important document, and there was no way I would have been able to reach her except if I go through the rigorous process of maybe going to the police and all that. And trust me, I'm not a fan of doing that. It would have been much more difficult getting this document across to her if there was no number, right? So I just thought to myself, like, okay, if you have important documents, let's say especially your international passport, and you are in another country, it is very essential for you to like maybe write some contact numbers and then flip inside, just in case it gets missing. It's going to be easier for people to contact you, or whoever found it to contact you. Even if it's the police, it's going to be very easy for them to contact you and give you this document, right? But in the absence of no number, it might be very difficult or sometimes impossible to get anything across to you. So I just felt like sharing this story, and right now it's great. I felt good that I was able to help, and I hope that you guys can learn one or two lessons from this. If my suggestion of slipping a number into your passport is good, you can as well share your experience, like tell your own story, write in the comment section below, and how you tried looking for something and then you found it in an unbelievable place after a long period of time. See you in my next video where I talk about visiting Rwanda.